24yep.com.
He struck crawl. Is there E on the end? I go over chance.
Please subscribe.
What's up, boys? YEPspec chassis. A few weeks ago, Venge RC reached out to me about making a YEPspec chassis. At first, I was a bit hesitant because I didn't really know what to do differently, or I didn't really have like any new unique ideas for a chassis. And then it hit me. Make it free. I've always been a budget boy. I've always liked to do things as cheap as possible. So at the time of posting this video, YEPspec chassis files are free on my website, 24yep.com. And if you are interested in like a aluminum or carbon, I'm not sure what else, Venge RC will have it on his Etsy. Anyways, Venge RC reached out to me about making a chassis. He asked me a list of things that I wanted for the chassis. I wanted it to be free, and I wanted it to be simple. We're getting more and more chassis with the extreme skid angle carrier bearings, which is fine. That's okay. But I wanted to just keep this one simple. I've always had fun with the simple ones, and I also wanted it to be easy for a beginner, easy for a new person to pick up and build it. No custom links needed, nothing weird needed, just put it together and enjoy it. As we went back and forth testing the YEPspec chassis, Venge sent me one of his final builds on it, and I made a little game with myself to build mine as differently as possible, but still using the same chassis. So today we're looking at two YEPspec chassis builds that are very different from each other, and then we're going to test them both. How am I going to do this? I think I'm going to go back to the house and then we'll show both of these. I wanted to kind of show them both at the same time and point out different things for a build breakdown. Yeah, this isn't going to work. All right, I'll see you guys back at the house. There we go. I just thought it'd be cool to show how different they are, even though they're on the same chassis. And it's easier to see how different they are just being beside each other like this. All right, let's take a close look at each of these. This is the one sent by Venge, and we have a lot of unique stuff going on here. Again, YEPspec chassis. As you can see, body top cut off with a little, might actually be styrene cage possibly. He has the servo blowhole mod right out the hood. PTK servo, this is the cheap Amazon budget one I recommend. Custom steering link that goes up and behind the servo horn. Modded stock axles for a ton of steering. He set his up with a brushed setup. Uh-oh, it looks like, I think his sticky tape from this got wrapped around the drive shaft. Okay, it'll be fine. Samix brushed motor, sits tucked way down in there. Good look at the YEPspec chassis. Again, nothing crazy with the chassis. I wanted simple. Wheels printed by him with something unique going on here. You can kind of see this center hub compared with this one. The offset is different, and that's to make up for the mullet rear axle, which I'll show in a minute. Stock lower front links, little baby upper links with just a piece of threaded rod. Check out his upper rear links. This is a stock one with a bunch of bends in it. So it's mounted to the outside with an inward bend towards the back. Stock front axle with brass, double bend rear links with the rear portal axle, and then he has tungsten weights just electrical taped right around the bottom of them. So that was Venge's build, and my goal was to pretty much just go completely different and opposite of this one. And here's what I ended up with. Mofo brushless motor, Yeti built ESC, Mofo black label servo, battery just kind of lays right in here. Mofo wheels with carnage rings, Endura Mavericks tires, stock foam, Endura 39mm shocks, front and rear, Mofo X15 axles, 3 flow 9 brass slider on the front, 3 flow 9 plastic slider on the rear, brass C-hubs, brass knuckles. I have 2 tungsten weights right here and right here, and then I also have 2 tungsten weights right here and right here on this little plastic slider thing that I cut out and glued to the axle. Not sure if that's going to do anything, but it doesn't hurt to try new things. Stock front links, upper and lower. So I'm actually using a 3-link upper link and then stock lower links. The whole rear setup here pretty much copied exactly from the Haggard Gecko. 78mm Enduro link that I rebent. I have it mounted to the chassis instead of the skid plate. And in the rear, I have it mounted to the outside of the shock hole, and then I have the shock mounted on the link. I use servo horns to get my rear upper links up higher. Again, no idea what I'm doing, I just copied the Haggard Gecko for this. Just a better look at the link situation. I have a rubber band on each side of the front shock, and something I just wanted to quickly talk about. If you guys are running rubber bands, you want to make sure that the shocks can still work. Like whenever I lift this up, the shocks are still completely let out. And I wanted to mention this because I keep seeing more and more trucks with so many rubber bands on the front that whenever you lift it up, the front still stays fully like tight. So I just wanted to show, although I have a rubber band on each front, it still is able to fully move. I think that's all I need to show for these 2 things. We will do a quick weight test and then we'll go drive them. Shout out Nacho Colors for scales. This is the Venge build with no battery installed, but the battery goes on that side slider there. 59 front, 430 total. Pretty much the typical Venge build as far as like the weights go. His style seems to be like more balanced rather than just like the complete front weight line slayer style truck. And then the one that I built, again, this is with no battery, but the battery lays like right here in the front. 66 front weight, 400 total, 405 total. Sweet, let's go test them. As you may notice, Drunken Frog lower area looking a bit different. I have attempted to build some new lines, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So for anyone that watches often, you know we rarely make it up here without grabbing that sidewall. I think it's just a perfect combination of like suspension setup, tire grip, and weight. I don't know if we're able to get this line or not yet. Nice. Alright, we'll take a look at a couple of the new things I built here. Also, I did this new thing of like lining everything with mossy rocks, and I really like the way that looks. This next section here, I was going for like a chunky section. Still not sure I'm happy with it. Very much a work in progress, so it might change eventually. And then it continues on to this spot that we're familiar with. And then that leads us right into the Drunken Frog. My idea here was to build something to use the right hand side, but I need to pile a couple more things like right around here. But we can still go off of this and continue going with how it is now. And then up the Drunken Frog we go. I also think we could probably just turn up onto this ledge here and like start in reverse that way. Let's try that just for fun. Again, right here's the Drunken Frog, just for reference of where we're at. Can we get up on this? Yeah, cool. And then we can go from there. Up next is this little guy. And once again, I apologize for the noise. This truck sounds like it's dying. Oh man. There we go. Being shorter, I'm not sure how it's going to do on some of this new stuff, but we'll give it a try. Like some of this stuff, it might just be too short for it to even grab onto. Ooh. Okay. That's good to know. That means shorter trucks will also be able to get up that. Man. You gotta be kidding me. I think we're good. We're still going. Is he still alive? Well, boys, I think that might be it. Not quite sure what went wrong here, but everything just stopped working. I have no steering, no throttle. I tried rebinding the receiver, nothing. I put a fresh battery on, still nothing. Yeah, I guess we're done. I'm not sure what went wrong here. Alright, boys, that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed. Free files. All thanks to Venge RC. All of this was because of him. Make sure you guys thank him. Super stoked on how this one came out. The idea was to try and replicate the Haggard Gecko, and I think I did a good job. I'm happy with this. Truck seems really good. Something else that I just want to quickly talk about. If you guys have chassis kits that you aren't happy with, or like you built the kit and you don't really like it, I would recommend just rebuilding it a different way. Like, this is both the same chassis kit, and they're so completely different builds. Brushed versus brushless, the lengths are completely different. Short front end, long front end, bigger tires, shorter tires. I really think it's worth trying to rebuild one of your chassis kits that you have now and you're not happy with it. So yeah, I just thought it was cool to try and show two differently built trucks on the same chassis. Again, chassis kit for free, 24yep.com. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Venge, thank you. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace.